Israeli bombings in Gaza have killed at least 50 Palestinians in the last 24 hours, according to the Palestinian health officials, as U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken's latest visit to the region ended with a ceasefire deal still elusive. According to the Civil Emergency Service of the territory, at least 3 people were killed and 15 were injured when Israeli forces attacked a school and an adjacent residence in Gaza City. It doesn't stop here, as 7 Palestinians at a tent camp for displaced people in southern Gaza Strip town of Beni Suhaila, close to Khan Yunis, were also killed by an Israeli bombardment, according to medical personnel. Moreover, in the densely populated Deir al-Balah neighborhood in central Gaza, where hundreds of thousands of Palestinians who have been displaced by the fighting have found refuge, the military has issued more orders for evacuation. Locals and medics say that following the instructions which the military stated were necessary to remove civilians from a dangerous combat zone, there was a tank fire that resulted in at least 1 death and other injuries from a machine gun fire. As Blinken concluded his 9th trip to the Middle East since the Gaza war broke out in October, the fighting continued unabated, with little indication that the sides' profound differences on how to put an end to the devastating Israeli bombings on innocent civilians in Gaza. Blinken's discussions with high-ranking officials in Israel, Egypt, and Qatar, the 2 countries that mediate the ceasefire, centered on what would happen in Gaza and the remaining hostages there. The slow and lack of progress towards a truce made matters worse for the displaced people who were left exposed in Deir Balah as they looked for a place to escape death. The majority of the 2.3 million people living in the enclave have been internally displaced as a result of Israel's continuous ground operations and bombardment, which have also completely destroyed large portions of the built-up areas.